Very good afternoon, friends. I am Atifa Firdos from Government College of Education, Akola. As we all know that our final lessons has been started. Therefore, I am here to teach you. Before starting, I want to ask you one question that do all the boys and girls of your class look alike? No. Okay. And before this, we have seen that there is a great variations within every species in the nature. And in this chapter, we will learn about that which factors are responsible for that variation. Okay. And that factor is called inheritance. Now today we will learn about inheritance. Class 8, unit heredity and variation. And our subject is inheritance. Do you know what is meant by inheritance? Inheritance, it means that it is a branch of science of biology that deals with the study of characteristics from parents to progeny. Is called inheritance, and gene in a particular is called genetics. Okay. And new progeny is formed with the help of or by the process of reproduction. Or there are two types of reproduction. First type is sexual and second one is asexual. In a sexual reproduction there are both the parents are involved, and in asexual there is only one parent is present and one is absent. Therefore, which organism produced by sexual reproduction shows a great variations with their parents, but in case of asexual reproduction it shows a minor variation with their parents, because there is only one parent is present and one is absent. You can see here. Firstly, carefully observe your classmates' earlobes. And my second question is that irrespective of all of us being a humans, and what differences do you notice in your skin color? And my last question is that all of you are in standard 9. Why then are some students tall and some are short? Can you tell me? I hope you have observed carefully. This is a facial feature. This is a nose and lips. Here hairstyle and attachment. Here hairline and here attachment of the earlobes. You have understood very well. And the second is heredity. What is meant by heredity? The transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring is called heredity. It is due to heredity that puppies are similar to dogs, squirts are similar to pigeons, and infants are similar to humans. This is nothing but the heredity. And after this, we will understand about inherited traits and expression of traits. Inherited traits. Inherited traits. Do you observe sometimes almost why specific characters appear in organisms? Though there are many differences and similarities between parents and offspring, we see in our premises. Okay. And these similarities and differences this is nothing but due to the heredity. Okay. To understand mechanism of heredity, the information necessary for protein synthesis is stored in DNA, and the segment of DNA which contains all the necessary information for a protein synthesis, it is stored in this segment. The segment of DNA is called a gene. Okay. segment of DNA is called gene. What is mean by gene? The segment of DNA is called a gene. Okay. And we can also take one example in a premises, the height of the plant. It may be tall and short. Why? Because the height of plant is depend on the growth hormone, and that hormone is produced by the efficiency of enzymes. If enzymes produce a large quantity to the hormone, then that plant will be tall. And in case there is a less amount of enzyme, will produce less amount of hormone, and the plant will not short. Okay. Then after this we have to understood about chromosomes. This is the structure of chromosome. What is mean by chromosomes? The structure in the nucleus of the cell and that carries the hereditary characters is called chromosomes, and it is made up of mainly nucleic acid and proteins. During the cell division, chromosomes can be clearly seen under the compound microscope. Okay. And gene which contains the information about the hereditary characteristics in coded form are located on the chromosomes. Okay. And each species has a specific number of chromosomes. In human there are 46 chromosomes. Okay. And each chromosome is made up of DNA and appears dumbbell shaped structure like this. And during the process of gametogenesis there is a separation, and at the midpoint it is called primary constriction or centromere. Okay. And the primary constriction or centromere, this divides the chromosome into two parts. Each part is called an arm, and the centromere has a specific position. This is the arm and this is the centromere, this in the midpoint or center. The centromere has a specific position in each chromosomes, and depending upon these there are four types: metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric and telocentric. This is the first type of metacentric. In the metacentric, the centromere is exactly at the midpoint in this chromosome, and therefore the chromosomes looks like the English letter V. And in a metacentric, the centromere is somewhere near the midpoint, therefore it looks like the L shape. A third one is acrocentric. The centromere is near one end of the chromosome like this, and which therefore looks like the English letter J. And one arm is much smaller than the others. And last one is telocentric. The centromere is right at the end of this chromosome, and making the chromosome look like the English letter I. Here only at the one end, here centromere is present. These chromosomes consist of only one arm. Okay. And generally in somatic cells, chromosomes are in pairs, and if the pair consists of similar chromosomes, it's called homologous, and if there are different pair, it's called heterologous chromosomes. Okay. And this was about the chromosomes. Okay. And as we all know that the genetic material is transferred in equal quantity from parents to offspring. Okay. And these facts based upon the heredity principle. Therefore now today we will learn about heredity principle or Mendel's law principle. Firstly, genetic material. We have learned about that. These cross given by the John Mendel, therefore is called Mendel's law, and he gives two or more than two laws: monohybrid, dihybrid. And firstly we will learn about monohybrid, and after we will learn about dihybrid. Mono means single. Okay. And Mendel was an Austrian scientist, and he studied the inheritance of characters, and he performed the one experiment with the help of pea plant. The botanical name of pea plant is Pisum sativum, and he took 7 pair of contrasting character. We will learn about that. These are all are 7 pair of contrasting character. First, he took shape of the seed round, and it may be wrinkled, and then color of the seed, it may be yellow and green, and third one is color of flower, purple or white, and number fourth is shape of pod, it may be inflated or constricted, and it is denoted by capital I, small I, and color of pod, it may be green and yellow, and the sixth one is position of flower, it may be axillary and it may be terminal, and last one is height of flower, it may be tall and it may be dwarf. Here these are dominant character, which is denoted by capital letters, and here are recessive characters, which are denoted by small letters. Okay, now we move towards the monohybrid cross. Mono means single. Okay, why it is called monohybrid cross? Because Mendel brought about 2 pea plants only with only 1 pair of contrasting character, therefore is called monohybrid cross. He took tall pea plant cross with dwarf pea plant. Okay, this is a phenotypic. Phenotype means external appearance, and genotypic means genetic appearance. Tall, and we have learned about that tall is denoted by capital T, and dwarf is denoted by small t. This is a genotypic. We will take one letter from here, one here, and after we will cross capital T, small t, and after this we will separate it, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and we will solve this problem with the help of Punnett square. We will solve this with the help of Punnett square. We have cross like this, here male gamete and here female gamete, and after this we will cross capital T cross with capital T, it will form both capital T. Capital T cross with small t, it will form capital T, small t. Then small t cross with small t, it will form small t, small t. And here small t, small t. Okay. In this experiment, Mendel brought about 2 pea plants with only 1 pair of contrasting characters, and this type of cross is called monohybrid cross. So as to study monohybrid ratio, and let us consider the characteristics plant height with pair of contrasting characteristics, tall plant and dwarf pea plant. Okay. Then after this we will take phenotypic ratio. I have told you phenotypic means external appearance. This is also tall, it may be tall, it is also tall, but only here which will be dwarf. Then the ratio of phenotypic is 1 to 3, 3:1. Okay, and then after this genotypic ratio. Genotypic means what? Appearance of genes, means only 1, 2, both are same, and 1 means 1:2, 2:1. The phenotypic ratio is 3:1 and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Okay. We have learned that if there is use of only 1 pair of contrasting character is called monohybrid. If there is use of 2 pair of contrasting character is called dihybrid, and we will learn about dihybrid cross. Firstly, we can consider that phenotype means yellow round. Okay, yellow round plant cross with green wrinkle plant. This is a phenotypic, and genotypic. This is a genotypic, and phenotypic means yellow round, green wrinkle. Then after this, only one character will appear here, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r. Then it will cross capital Y, capital R, small r. And after we have, this is produced us, but we will separate it after F1, okay, selfing. Then it will form capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r. Then small y, capital R, small y, small r. And we will solve this with the help of Punnett square. Here male gamete and here is female gamete. First is capital Y, capital R. Second one is small y, capital Y, small r. Third one capital small y, capital R, small y, small r. Here also we will write like this: capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, capital R, small y, small r. And then after this we will cross between both the columns. It will cross and it will get capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. Capital Y, capital Y, capital R, small r. Then capital Y, small y, capital R, capital R. Then capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. Then both will be capital Y, capital R and small r. Capital Y, small r, small r. Capital Y, small r, capital R. Then small y, capital Y, small r, small r. Capital Y, small y, capital R, capital R. Then capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. Then after this, small y, capital R, capital R. Then small y, capital R, small r. Capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. Capital Y, small r, small r. Capital Y, small r, capital R. Then after both are same means small y, small r, small r. Here we have crossed. Firstly, this column cross with this row. Cross first, it will cross it like this. We have crossed, okay. Then after this we will take phenotypic ratio. There is no space, therefore I will erase it. And I have counted it, okay, its ratio. The phenotypic ratio is 9:3:1, and the genotypic ratio is 1. When will you count, it will get that ratio, okay. I have erased it because there is no space, and I hope you have understood very well. And you can take different example with the help of that chart which I have learned you before this in a starting, say a pair of contrasting character, okay. And in today's lecture we have understood about firstly inheritance, heredity, variations, chromosomes, and Mendel's monohybrid cross, Mendel's dihybrid cross, okay. And I hope you have understood very well, and this is a point of examination. This is a very important for you. Now let's move towards your next point is your homework. Your homework is distinguish between monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Here our topic come to end, and I hope you have understood very well, okay. And I hope you will do your homework. And thanks for this.